Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the 411 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. My name is Leon Jones, and I got another good one for you. You've been watching for the past year. I am doing the scam series. Now, there are other people out there that are mentioning scams, but if you hear mention any scams, don't even listen to them because I'm the one who does the scam series better pretty much than anybody in Black YouTube. Everybody mentions the word scams, but I'm actually giving you the information about these scams and how to prevent you from being a victim of a scam. Trial and error is the best way to prevent yourself from being a scam if you don't know anything else. However, you won't have to revert to trial and error if you listen and subscribe to the 401 Talk Zone radio show. Now, tonight, I want to talk about subscription scams. Now, many of you don't know what subscription scams are. Basically, it's a scam that is putting something in your email or text, and it's telling you that we're going to renew this subscription for you, even if you didn't subscribe. I'll give you an example. I know for me, here's what I always get. And I already have XM satellite radio. Comes out of my check every month. But there's a scammer out there who has built the website that looks just like XM satellite radio. And what they're trying to do is get me to click on that link, give them my information so they can take a payment from me and never be seen again. Another one that I get is one from Sam's Club. Now, they're telling me that my Sam's Club membership is expired. Well, your membership from Sam's Club expires if you don't use it within 1 year that you signed up for the membership. So I've already used Sam's Club here in 2024. But what they want to do is tell me to renew my subscription, although my subscription isn't hasn't expired yet, so they can get my information. That's what they're doing. Something else that you're going to get: Netflix. Now, I've never ordered Netflix, but I get information in my email. Your Netflix subscription is going to expire. Well, I've never gotten Netflix. And also, it's pretty clever that they're going to get you with the text messages as well. Now, how is all this information getting out there? Well, lots of times, if you give doctors, even lawyers, individuals that you have any type of conversation with, they might sell your information. This is why you cannot give everybody your information. Now, when you are a victim of a subscription scam, first thing you need to do is reach out to the Federal Trade Commission or your attorney general. But before you even involve yourself into anything, what you need to do is find out if the links that you're getting are legitimate. Now, here's what you do: copy and paste that link. Now, don't necessarily open that link. Now, about links, something you should know. If it's a .org, and that's the domain name, and if the link starts, which is a hypertext link, if it starts with HTTP colon double backslash and the name, which is your domain name, .com, which means it's a commercial business, .org means it's an organization. .gov means it's government. .us means it's United States. .ca means Canada. .edu, that means education. Now, if you don't see anything else in the domain names or the web address, it's a scam. And you also need to look for misspellings. Look for the attachments. This is where they're getting. And back in the days, and I got caught with this, a subscription scam. I remember Babylon was out. It looked just like Google. I clicked it on, had to take my laptop in to get an IT person to remove it. Yes, I thought I deleted the program, but I didn't. And what happens when you click on the links? They tell you that's another subscription. They say, well, your subscription to Microsoft is expired. No, it hasn't. You really have to know these things. And people get scammed when they're in the moment. This is why I always tell individuals when you get online, make sure you don't give out all of your information. Now I'm going to share something with you. Let me see what I can share with you as we talk about the fraud. Now, this is from flagrite.com, and I will post this link under the description of my videos. Now, something that you all need to know. If I play a video and you don't hear it, here's what you do. Go under my description and I will put that video that is actually in my video so you can listen to it, because there are times, because I use Zoom, I forgot to get on the platform or I forgot to click play sound. I'm already on the platform. So look for me to post those videos under the description. I always put a description in my video, whether it's a link, and if it's videos that you don't hear, because I've had some individuals, well, we can't hear. Click on the video link under my description of the video, and you will find that link that you don't hear in the video if I don't play the share sound. Now, let me continue. Now, what I'm talking about tonight, for everybody who's listening, is subscription fraud. And subscription fraud is very big because nowadays you get a lot of product subscription based. Let me give you an example of some. Computer aided drafting. Well, if you're in the CAD, Autodesk, which makes AutoCAD, well, you don't own it outright anymore. You get it subscription based. You don't get newspapers like you did. What they're doing now, the newspapers are posted up. Sometimes they want you to subscribe by giving them $1, $2 to look at an article, newspaper article. And let me give an example. I know if I want to read the Indy Star, which is Indianapolis's newspaper, I start to read an article, and all of a sudden a prompt comes up. Well, to continue to read this article, you can subscribe for $1. Well, they don't want you to read the article. They want you to pay to read the article. That's subscribers. Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, all of them. These are all subscription-based products. They want you to utilize your money. But scammers have found a way to create websites that actually look like the companies I just mentioned. Now, in our digital age, subscription-based business models have carved out a significant niche across a myriad of industries, from music streaming to software services, monthly magazine deliveries, to premium video content. Subscriptions have become an integral part of the modern consumer experience. Now, the allure lies in their convenience, consistent delivery, and often cost effectiveness. Yet, as with many advancements in the business world, the rate, or let's say the rise of the subscription model, has brought with it new challenges, just like everything else. And one of the most pressing among these is subscription fraud. Now, subscription fraud is not merely a technical glitch or an operational oversight. However, it's a deliberate, malicious act carried out by individuals or groups aiming to exploit the subscription process for personal gain, leaving businesses and sometimes even genuine subscribers to bear the brunt of their activities. Now, I'm going to tell you something. These fraudsters, they're gangsters, they're ruthless, and they're consistently devising new ways to breach systems, exploit vulnerabilities, and sidestep security protocols. For businesses, the impact of such activities isn't only financial, it threatens their reputation. Again, businesses have their reputations threatened, uh, resources are strained, and the quality of service becomes reduced for legitimate users. But what really constitutes subscription fraud? How is it executed? And what are the various manifestations? What are the manifestations of it? Well, sit back. Let's unmask the tactics behind subscription fraud. And that's the first step in understanding its depth and breadth. Now, only by doing some research or we dive deep into the mechanics of these fraud techniques can businesses effectively strategize to guard against them and ensure a safe, seamless experience for their genuine subscribers. Now, in the ensuing sections, we're going to journey through the dark alleyways of the digital fraud world by shedding light on the most common and even some of the most obscure fraud tactics by equipping ourselves with this knowledge. So first we must take the crucial step. And the crucial step is critical in building robust defenses against nefarious activities. Now, when I mention the word nefarious, that means wicked. Now, something else that they're asking you to do too. There are a lot of political ads coming in, and they're asking you to donate the presidential candidate's money. Well, how do you know that the money is actually going to a candidate's campaign? You don't know. This is another way to make money. Now, you must understand subscription fraud. You must understand anything before you pay for it, particularly on a subscription basis. Now, at its core, subscription fraud is a very deceptive practice where individuals or groups exploit the subscription model to gain unauthorized access to services, often without any intention of payment. It's a complex issue, and it's layered with numerous tactics, methods, and objectives. So, before diving into the myriad ways fraudsters carry out their schemes, it's crucial to grasp the foundational concepts that define subscription fraud. So, you have to ask yourself, what drives subscription fraud? Well, very simple. The motives behind subscription fraud are as varied as the tactics employed. For some, the lure of obtaining premium services without incurring any costs. For others, it's the thrill of outsmarting security systems. Yet others engage in fraud for more sinister purposes, like selling unauthorized access to third parties or even harvesting user data or other forms of cybercrime. Whatever the motive, the end goal remains the same: exploit subscription based services for personal gain. So, with all that being said, let's take a step back in time and talk about the evolution of subscription fraud. Because when I build a house, I like to start from the foundation and go up because you need to know the background. Now, subscription fraud isn't a static problem. Now, when something is static, that means it stands still. If something is dynamic, it moves. So, if anybody asks me what the word static means, I just gave it to you. It's non moving, like in engineering. When you have two forces, forces in the X direction, forces in the Y direction, well, to make them static, what has to happen? Have to equal zero. That's what static means. So, as I move on, subscription fraud isn't a static problem. It's continuously evolving. As new businesses develop new security measures and countermeasures, fraudsters adapt, innovate, and find new loopholes to exploit. Now, the ongoing cat and mouse dynamic means that while some tactics become obsolete over time, new, more sophisticated methods emerge in their place. So, understanding this evolutionary nature of subscription fraud is essential for businesses to stay one step ahead. Now, why am I doing this? Well, you have individuals out there who are trying to start businesses. But what individuals don't understand is when you deal with technology, you have to protect your computers from being hacked. And once they get into your system, they have all of your secrets and they can sell them to everybody else, and then your business is done. So, the impact on businesses and customers due to subscription fraud, well, the consequences of subscription fraud are multifaceted. For businesses, there's the immediate financial impact of lost revenue, but the repercussions extend far beyond mere monetary losses. Excessive fraudulent activities can stain system resources, leading to degraded service quality for genuine subscribers. Also, inflate operational costs as companies invest more in detection and prevention measures. Furthermore, the unchecked subscription fraud can erode trust. And trust is when you start to deal with your customers because customers may begin to question the security of their data with a platform if they perceive it as being vulnerable to breaches. This could lead to reduced customer retention, negative reviews, and a tarnished brand reputation. Now, consumers aren't immune to the negative effects of subscription fraud. In instances of account takeover, genuine subscribers can find themselves locked out of services that they paid for. In more sinister cases, they could become victims of identity theft or other cyber crimes if their personal information is compromised. So, when we deal with the complexity of detection, one of the significant challenges with subscription fraud is its detection because fraudsters employ a variety of tactics. There's no one size fits all solution for identifying fraudulent activity. Some methods, like stolen car usage, might trigger immediate alerts. In contrast, more overt tactics, such as synthetic identity creation, can go unnoticed for extended periods. Moreover, the line between genuine user behavior and fraudulent activity can sometimes blur. For instance, a user signing up for multiple free trials with different email addresses could be a genuine subscriber trying to test out a service, or a fraudster looking to continuously exploit the service without ever paying. Now, with everything being said, what are the types of subscription fraud. Again, subscription-based business models, while as lucrative as they are, they're often targeted by fraudsters employing a diverse set of tactics. So each type of subscription fraud possesses its unique characteristics and challenges. Now, here's a little bit more depth into these tactics. Number one, first of all, why are people scamming others? They're looking for money. So we deal in stolen payment data. So fraudsters often gain unauthorized access to subscription services using stolen credit card details. These details can be acquired through various means such as data breaches or dark web purchases. Businesses may notice rapid signups from different accounts with identical payment methods or erratic user behavior post signup as indicators. Number two, account takeover. So rather than creating new accounts, some fraudsters prefer to hijack existing ones. So by leveraging credentials from data breaches, by leveraging credentials from data breaches, not breaches, but breaches. Because a lot of times, in order for somebody to even get into your account, and once they hack it, you might as well get a new account. It's just like a debit card. Have I ever had my debit cards breached? Absolutely. They stop or they cancel your account, send you another one. Now, again, rather than creating new accounts, some fraudsters prefer to hijack the existing ones. So by leveraging credentials from data breaches or user brute force techniques to decipher passwords, they infiltrate genuine user accounts. And the aftermath typically involves complaints from real users about unanticipated account modifications or unfamiliar activities. Number three, synthetic identity fraud. It's a more covert approach. Fraudsters construct entirely new identities, which are a blend of real and fake details. So by meshing real social security numbers with fabricated names or addresses, they form identities that fly under the radar. The deceptive nature of these identities makes them particularly challenging to detect, so often causing prolonged financial drains for businesses. Then here's the thing that you have to understand about subscriptions, the free trial abuse. And one thing about these subscriptions, where people get caught is when the free trial is up, they don't go and cancel their credit card. And they're wondering why their credit card gets billed every month. Cancel your credit card. And this is where we get into free trial abuse, because the allure of free trial is undeniable. Both in the hands of fraudsters, it's an opportunity for exploitation. The recurrently register for free trials using transient email addresses or varying IP addresses, ensuring that they never transition to the paid version. That's all it is. Many of us want to go and sign up for something free, which is good. You want to try it out. But again, this is where the fraudsters, they can actually get into your free trial if they want to. If you cancel, once they get your information, and they can continue to get money from your credit card. And it might not even go to the business that you signed up for the free trial. I go to the fraudster. Again, what these fraudsters do is recurrently register for, well, the opportunity for fraudsters. It's for exploitations, because they recurrently register for free trials by using transient email addresses or varying IP addresses that are going to ensure they never transition to the paid version. This causes businesses to offer their services continually without any resulting revenue. And it's not just the fraudsters, it's people like me. I have done it myself. Not that I don't want to pay the business, I want to try their product out. And if it's not good, why should I pay for it? Also, chargeback fraud. After subscribing and enjoying a service, some scrupulous users dispute the charges with their credit card providers, alleging they never authorized them. Not only does this result in direct revenue loss, but businesses may also be slapped with additional fees or fines associated with these chargebacks. Now, this might not always be a scammer, it could be somebody regular as well, where, okay, they really signed up for the service, but they say they didn't sign up for the service. That's like, and I'll tell you something real ghetto, like some of these women out there, they'll go and buy a dress, and this is no lie, from Walmart, from Macy's, wherever. So after trying on a dress, they'll put their funky ass in that dress. And then they realize they don't like the dress or they paid too much for that dress. So what do? Take it right back to get their money back. And that's where the chargeback fraud comes into play as well. Same type of ordeal, different circumstances or different ways of doing it, but it's basically the same thing. It's getting your money back for something you actually paid for, but you changed your mind. So you decided to decline the product so you can get your money back. Then also there's resale of unauthorized access. So upon securing access to subscription services, some enterprising fraudsters turn to third-party platforms to sell these login credentials at discounted rates. This not only results in direct service misuse, but can also lead to associated issues like data breaches. Also, bypassing service limits. Some fraudsters aren't content with standard service limits. So by manipulating system controls, finding loopholes, or exploiting software vulnerabilities, they access more features or services than they're entitled to. This often leads to resource drains and can compromise service quality for genuine users. Again, it can compromise service quality for genuine users. So to sum it up, the world of subscription fraud is vast, ever going. Again, the world of subscription fraud is vast. I said ever going. It's ever evolving. Again, to sum everything up, the world of subscription fraud is vast and it's ever evolving. So by understanding the many facets of fraud, businesses can better arm themselves against these threats, ensuring a safer and much trustworthy environment for their subscribers. And also, subscribers too. When you see something in your email, don't click on that link. If you see something that's not true, whether it's a text or email, delete it, especially when it comes to a subscription or something that you never ordered. So, detecting subscription fraud. Well, subscription fraud poses a significant risk to businesses, affecting not just to their bottom line, but also their reputation. So as we've seen, the tactics employed by fraudsters are varied and consistently evolving, making detection on this fraud, it's an ongoing challenge. However, with the right strategies and tools, businesses can fortify their defenses and proactively address potential threats. So I'm going to get into some approaches to detecting security fraud effectively. And it's not just for businesses, it's for people as well. Now, and I'm talking about customers because it takes the customer to purchase the product from the business so the business makes profit. Now, let's talk about behavior analytics. This is part of detecting subscription fraud. So understanding behavior is key. By analyzing patterns of genuine users and how they interact with a service, businesses can establish a baseline. So any significant deviation from this behavior, such as rapid succession of signups or unusually high consumption rates, can be flagged as suspicious. Modern analytical tools use machine learning to adapt and redefine these baselines over time by increasing their accuracy. And we get into geolocation analysis. Again, multiple sign-ins from vastly different geographic locations within short time frames can be indicative of fraudulent activity, especially if it involves shared account credentials. Geolocation tools can help businesses identify and flag these discrepancies, allowing them to take appropriate action. Device fingerprinting. Every device has unique characteristics from browser type and version to screen resolution. So by capturing this fingerprint, businesses can detect when multiple accounts are created from the same device, or if any account suddenly accesses the service from an entirely different device, indicating potential fraud. It will indicate potential fraud. Velocity checks. They involve monitoring the rate at which specific actions occur. For example, monitoring the frequent or frequency, let's say frequency, that's a lot better because you have to find out how frequent individuals are signing up for services. So monitoring the frequency of signups. You also have password resets or payment method changes from a single IP address can help identify automated bots or fraudsters attempting to breach multiple accounts. One that is very important, email verification. So, temporary or disposable email addresses are commonly used in free trial abuses. Implementing email verification steps such as sending a confirmation link or code can deter fraudsters. Moreover, monitoring the domain of email addresses can help identify those linked to disposable email services. We talk about the domain, I just mentioned it, the .org, the .edu, the .com, the .gov. Those are common for businesses in education and government. Anything else you don't know about, it doesn't exist. It's fraudulent. Again, look for misspellings, look for attachments, because part of the scam is basically clicking on a link that's going to cause your computer to crash. It's going to ask you for your information. The link could look real, but it's not real. And you'll know it's not real when you find that your account has been tampered with. Also, payment pattern monitoring. Unusual payment patterns such as frequent changes in payment methods using cards from multiple banks, quick succession, or opting for uncommon payment gateways can be indicative of a fraudster trying to find a successful payment method. Account activity alerts, which basically they alert users to unusual account activities like logins from new locations or devices, password changes, or subscription modifications can engage the user in the fraud detection process. Immediate notifications can allow users to report unauthorized actions swiftly. Collaborative networks. Well, that involves pulling data across businesses or within industry groups that can help in creating a more comprehensive picture of fraud trends and tactics. Shared blacklists or databases of known fraudsters can be invaluable in preemptively blocking fraudulent attempts. Regular audits and reviews. Well, regularly auditing user accounts, transaction histories, and system access logs can identify anomalies or patterns that automated systems might miss. These audits can unearth hidden vulnerabilities and offer insights into potential areas of improvement in the fraud detection process. So in essence, detecting subscription fraud is a blend of technology, vigilance, and proactive engagement. So while no system can guarantee absolute protection, a multifaceted approach that combines the various detection methods can significantly reduce the risk and input of fraudulent activities, ensuring a safe and trustworthy experience for genuine subscribers. So, get into prevention and mitigation of subscription fraud. Detecting subscription fraud is one of the facets of the challenge, and it's by preventing it from happening in the first place and mitigating its effects, they're equally critical. These efforts not only protect the business's bottom line, but also safeguard its reputation and the trust of its subscribers. So I'm going to go into this comprehensive strategy and steps for preventing and mitigating subscription fraud. Number one, this is what you see. You know, it's painful. We call it two-factor or phone factor authentication. You may go into a site and they ask you to verify it with your phone number. Well, this is what enhanced verification protocols are. MFA, multi-factor authentication, requires users to provide multiple forms of identification before granting access. This could include something they know, a password, something they have, a mobile device, or something they are. Biometric verification. Strict payment validation. Implement stringent checks for payment methods, including the verification of the billing address with the card's ensuing bank or requesting CVV during transactions. Now, does anybody know what CVV is? Well, on the back of your credit card, it's known as a security code. To verify that that credit card is yours, it's a three-digit number. It could be 006. That's what CVV is. Now, limit free trials. Well, restrict the number of free trials a single IP address or device can sign up for. This can deter free trial abusers and compel genuine users to move to a pay model after their trial period. Now, a lot of people ask for this. AI and machine learning. Harness the power of AI to predict and identify suspicious patterns. Machine learning models can adapt and evolve based on new data, ensuring they remain effective as fraudsters change their tactics. Educate your subscribers. So you have to empower your subscribers by educating them about common fraud tactics and how they can protect themselves. Encourage them to use strong, unique passwords and report any suspicious activity they notice on their accounts. Now, here's one that people might not understand. Implement what we call CAPTCHAs. Well, you might see something when you're going into a site that says, click on the CAPTCHA, or are you human or are you robot? Well, that's the CAPTCHA, and that prevents bots. So what you must understand with AI, with this CAPTCHA and this technology, the CAPTCHA is to prevent bots from registering multiple accounts or trying to use brute force or using brute force their way. They're going to use, or let me put it to you this way. It prevents bots from registering multiple accounts or trying to brute force their way into existing ones. So you implement CAPTCHA challenges during signups and login attempts. Monitor account sharing. So if your service doesn't allow for shared accounts, monitor access patterns. Frequent simultaneous logins or access from varying locations can indicate unauthorized account sharing. Also engage in continuous monitoring. Engage in continuous monitoring. Even after implementing preventive measures, it's crucial to continuously monitor user activity. That's important. Monitor user activity if you have a business, even at home. And not only do you monitor user activity, you also monitor the transaction logs and system access patterns. This proactive approach ensures that any fraudulent activities are detected and addressed promptly. Leverage backlists. Use industry shared blacklists to create your own based on past fraudulent activities. These lists can block access or transactions from known malicious IP addresses, devices, or email domains. Secure structural data, or let's say secure infrastructure and data. Now, again, IT is one of the critical infrastructures that if it's compromised, it could sink organizations. So securing infrastructure and data are crucial. And it's to ensure that your servers, database, and user data, is to ensure that your servers, databases, and your user data are secure. And the security is fundamental. So you must regularly update your software, employ end-to-end encryption, and adhere to industry security standards to prevent breaches that can lead to fraud. And you have rapid response protocols. In case of suspected fraud, having a well-defined protocol can help in taking swift actions, whether it's raising the account, which that's what they do with debit cards before they send you another one, alerting the user, or initiating an investigation. Because the quicker you respond, the lesser the potential damage. Now, there's also a feedback loop with customers. Create channels for customers to report anomalies or potential fraud. Their feedback can be invaluable in detecting new fraud tactics or vulnerabilities in the system. While it's challenging to stay a step ahead of fraudsters, proactive and layered approach to prevention and mitigation can significantly reduce the risk of subscription fraud. So by combining technological solutions with user education and collaboration within the industry, businesses can fortify their defenses and ensure a safer environment for all of their subscribers. And as I conclude, subscription fraud, and this is true, is an evolving challenge that businesses across various sectors face. As the tactics of fraudsters become more sophisticated, the need for vigilant, adaptable defenses becomes paramount. So drawing from the insights of this information that I have delivered, and there's also an article called Network Analysis in AML Investigations, evident that interconnected threats require interconnected solutions. By employing a combination of technology, user engagement, and industry collaboration, businesses can not only detect, but also effectively thwart subscription fraud accounts, safeguarding their interests and those of their genuine subscribers. So in an era where trust is a prized commodity, taking proactive steps against fraud isn't just good business, or we could say a good business practice. It's a commitment to the very community that fuels a business growth. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen again, and I'm going to get into some videos here. And let me share my sound. And these are short videos, fair use. Talk about subscription scams right now. Fair use. Fair use.
Another day, another warning about another scam. This one can really look legit, so listen up. Better Business Bureau's Scam Tracker received reports from people and small businesses about notices claiming to be from Best Buy's Geek Squad or PayPal. Here's how it works. You get an email or invoice saying you're being billed for hundreds of dollars to auto-renew a subscription service. The email may include a PDF version of the invoice and a number for you to call if you want to cancel. Once you call that number, a customer service agent answers and pretends to help you cancel. They may offer you a refund or ask you to confirm your bank account details so they can cancel the payment. But once they have that information, they can access your account and withdraw money. One person reported losing more than $400. Here's how you can protect yourself. Be wary of unsolicited emails, especially if you don't remember doing business with the company. Keep track of your subscriptions, including the prices and renewal dates. And don't give in to scare tactics. Scammers will use a sense of urgency to get you to give up sensitive information or make payments without thinking. And finally, if you have a question about a company's message, reach out to them directly. Don't click on links or call numbers that are questionable in the message.
Get another short one. This is short. These are all short videos, so take a listen.
Better Business Bureau is warning against scam streaming subscription notifications. The emails or texts will say that one of your streaming services is being canceled, and they say they need your money now. Well, first, double check the status of your account before sending payment or clicking any links for sure. So how do you know if this message is a fake?
Look for any kind of grammatical errors or signs that this could be a fake email as well. Usually we'll find a series of numbers and letters or some major grammatical errors that would tell us someone's just trying to replicate a message.
As always, never give out any personal information, and if you're being scammed, you need to report them to authorities.
Just bear with me. Got another one to show you. Got another one. Fair use. Fair use.
Now, we all know that there is no such thing in life as easy money. We've been told this many a times before. But some people don't seem to remember it. At least that's what the latest scam suggests. A new fraud is doing the rounds online. Cyber criminals are approaching the users on various social media platforms. They offer a simple part-time job. The task is very simple. Like videos on YouTube and make money. It could be $1 per like or $2. Some users immediately become suspicious of such messages and they don't entertain these offers. Meanwhile, others fall for them. Like other frauds, the ultimate goal here is to rip you off your hard-earned money. Do you know what's different here? The scam has been designed in such a sophisticated way that you don't lose your money in the first place. Instead, you are paid for liking the YouTube videos initially. You earn money and scammers earn your trust. Then comes the second step. Miscreants try to convince people to invest their savings in their crypto schemes. What do they promise in return? Well, they promise high interest rates. Some people agree to do so, and what happens next? They lose all their money. A woman from the Indian state of Pune has been a victim of this. In the process, she lost 24 lakhs rupees, which is approximately $30,000. The same online fraud has been reported in other Indian cities as well, such as Lucknow and Gurugram. This leads us to a very important question. What can be done to prevent such fraudulent activities? Firstly, if you are watching this report, you are aware of this scam by now. So if someone approaches you with such an offer, block the number immediately. Secondly, if someone offers you other types of various part-time jobs, then check the authenticity of the caller by researching about the company that person is representing. Thirdly, never share your bank details with an unknown person. Last but not the least, if any offer appears to be too good to be true, it's probably a scam. So watch out for such messages and deals.
Fair use.
Heather Wolf is a parent who works in the IT business, so she's as savvy as they come. But the other day, she was almost fooled.
So I got an email and it said, you renewing your subscription. And I'm like, well, I don't ever remember having a subscription.
It said she was being charged $400 to renew her Geek Squad security services from Best Buy. She called the number.
I don't want to renew it. I don't have it. What computer is this for?
A man on the phone said she could cancel if he downloaded a program onto her laptop.
They said that I had to run something on my own computer to open a ticket to cancel it.
Luckily, she said no.
Yes, it's a scam, but these are so easy to fall for. That's because many of us are so busy, and also because we have so many subscriptions, we just can't keep track of them all.
Just don't assume that every time that you get a renewal notice that that's the real deal.
Cybersecurity expert and podcast host Adam Levin says scammers regularly impersonate tech support from companies such as Apple, Microsoft, McAfee, or Norton. Why? Because just about everyone uses their products and services.
So they have a better than even shot that they're going to get somebody that's going to fall for it. And so many people do fall for it.
Best Buy, meantime, warns about this scam in its customer forum, saying they don't appear to be associated with Best Buy or Geek Squad in any way. Heather admits it was a close call.
If I would have logged in, they would have had access to my computer. My credit cards are saved in there.
Email about a renewal? Call the company, but not the number in the email so you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
And there you have it. I've presented videos. One of them is from India. So scams aren't just here. They're all over the place. And my job here on the 411 Talk Zone radio show is to do the research for you, get articles, get videos, and let you know that scammers, they're beginning to beef up their technology, their nefariousness, so they can make money off of you. The best thing to do is don't be a victim of a scam. Bottom line, there is a lot of money going out the door. The government has lost money due to scams. People are losing money every day. Now, again, these scams, they're on your email and on your text messages. And like I said for myself, and some other scams that I'll do in the future. Besides these subscription scams, they're telling you that you won something. Those are definitely scams. But the scams that I regularly get, and I never even had a Netflix account. I never had I guess it's Tubo account, whatever it is. I've never had any of those accounts. Never even had a Dish Network. But they're telling me that my accounts are expiring. I need to renew. Now, accounts that I do have, they're also telling me that they've expired, which they haven't. How could they expire when I've already renewed them? And I'm talking about my XM satellite radio. Talking about my Costco account. Again, but Costco, not Costco, well, Costco is the same way, Sam's Club. If you don't use your card for a year, it automatically expires, so you have to go and renew it. But the bottom line, what I'm saying to you, and this is for practices, just make sure you don't click any links that deem deceptive. Don't be impulsive. See, the object of these scams is to get you to react. So sometimes they're going to use scare tactics like collection agencies do. But if you use a little bit of common sense, again, use a little bit of common sense, you will keep yourself from being scammed. Now, we've all been scammed before, including me. But I've learned not to be scammed. I even learned more and more by doing these videos of some scams that I never knew about that are taking place. So I'm not only educating you, I'm educating myself. Now, the bottom line is An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Make sure you're not desperate, number one, because it all starts with behavior. And don't put your feelings into anything. Just use your common sense. And if you want to stop the scammers, it all starts with you being proactive. And if you have a business, your own business, tighten up on the security. I know it costs money, but the bottom line is, if you want to stay in business, the bottom line is you have to use the protective measures, because as technology gets more and more involved, well, hackers, they're also getting more and more involved with scamming. And in the end, I will say this. If something sounds too good to be true, then it is true. And take it one step further. If it's true, then it's a scam. The best thing to do is don't allow yourself to be a scammer. Educate yourself, because it's your information that they're looking for, so they can profit off of something that they didn't earn, but you earn. And in the end, again, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And that's my comment. And as my commentary for this edition of the 401 Talk Zone radio show, right here on YouTube. If you like what I just presented, please comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're looking for some STEM content, check out the QCIS channel. On that channel, I give you a daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, once I pre-record all of my videos from YouTube, I upload them to my Twitter page. And for the QCIS channel, since it is an educational channel, I upload the QCIS channel to my LinkedIn page. And in the end, be blessed for what you have. Don't worry about what you don't have. Always know that the sun rises in the east, sets in the west. And if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if the shoe fits, wear it. If you don't like the shoe, change it. Once again, thank you for listening and viewing this content from the 401 Talk Zone radio show right here on YouTube. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you all to have a wonderful and gracious evening. God bless you. I'm out.